Good to see you.
All right, what's up, ladies and gents?
Am I even in the frame? Doesn't matter.
Oh, does it go down? Oh no.
You're bottomed out, dude.
What? Oh,
You're
that
bottomed out,
sucks.
man.
Hey, this is the first time you've been taller than
This is the first time I'm ever above everybody else. It's
Oh,
fucking awesome.
Yeah, party foul.
There he is, Patriot Carpenter.
All right,
Change
somebody's
that
gotta go give me another beer. Jerry, you're the only one that's got a free fucking
I got
tractor there. Will you give me another one? Put that one
I
back in the
got
fridge. Love you, man.
Live chat, that's where I need to be.
All right, guys, let me get it up on the computer. We can see what everybody's doing on the live chat. Sorry, I've been sucking. Oh, that's from me looking at Kip Lookout. Hey, we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, I didn't find any really campers out there.
Dude, I haven't either, but I was looking. I got a solution. Dude, I saw a guy pulling a one of the short little Novos, Nebo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What do they call it? I can't remember the name of it. But they're like yours, but they're a different brand, like a Fleetwood.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's still
Is it Novo? I saw one of the Novos out there, but dude, I was looking.
We're live yet?
We are. We're live. I got a solution to the steps. We'll talk
I don't know
about
if
it.
we're live, dude.
Huh?
The
I
music
don't
still
know.
on. See that music video?
You truly wouldn't have it from me.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
9 p.m.
Put it in front.
For what?
I don't see any comments.
Because I can't see the comments. I'll just
You
move it
sign
back.
on. What's slacking tonight?
Tom,
Been
I'm
here
almost
for
there, guys. Hang on.
Been here for 4 hours. Got 7 in the chat room. What's up, Patriots?
I'm trying to get it pulled up, and I'll be able to see y'all's comments.
If you can see me way over here, let me do the general.
Hey, we can get cozy now.
By the way, we've got Scott Edwards. He's affectionately known as the Patriot Carpenter. If you ever been to the Patriot Pit, he's the purveyor of the Patriot Palace. And he's done a bunch of more errands to chat. Good. But Scott is search and rescue in Burke County, North Carolina. And that's some pretty gnarly.
Probably one of the worst places in
Yeah, up in the
area.
Linville Gorge,
We
along
are-
the Linville River.
we
It's
are
some pretty gnarly shit, trust me.
Top
I know.
5 on the East Coast.
Yeah. So in the East Coast, you're in top 5. That should tell you something. Probably some of the most gnarliest shit we've
And we
been
got all
to.
kinds of people. We got Scott Wexler, Max,
Tom
Jerry
Davis.
Gage is here. Thanks, Jerry. I saw Tom Davis up in there.
Yeah.
Good.
Is Jane here?
James, I see
usually me.
James.
says we got 10 on, so guys chime in so we know who's there.
There's Darren.
Oh, hang on, I'm trying. Shut up.
I almost have to like summon Darren. I have to send links, directly through
It's kind of like
somebody.
me.
Some people are assholes and they don't get on unless I
Well, here, in
directly summon them.
my defense, our training is Thursday nights. So,
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Everybody got a thumbs up on the audio. You guys hear us okay? Dude, you didn't hook up the fucking audio.
Oh, I didn't.
Fuck, we're way off our game, dude.
We haven't done it in a month, man.
Shit.
I'm off my
dudes.
practice.
Did I bring the envelope?
that's what I told
I don't have the. You have the audio, don't you?
Bazinga.
Hook it up.
Fuck. Okay. Which one are you, dude?
Scott says he can hear me, but we're gonna try to. I don't know if it'll even switch over now, man. I mean, we're getting thumbs up that they can hear us. So, Mike says we can hear you, clowns.
Okay.
So fuck-
Can you hear us loud and clear though?
If you can hear us, great. Give us 2 thumbs up.
Sorry guys, this is what happens when you take a month off.
Mitchell Bumgardner says,
Mitchell in the house.
"What's up, Mitchell?"
Mitchell works at the fitness center at the hospital.
I know Mitchell.
You know
Mitchell knows
What's up,
me.
Mitchell?
You know Mitchell?
Yeah, Mitchell was from way back.
Do you think it'll fuck it up if we put the audio on?
I don't know. Try it simple.
Well, I don't know the Mac stuff. I know
Here you go.
I know
Let me
what I
see
need
this. Let me see this.
Next up.
for my phone.
Next does simple stuff.
Yeah, it's easier.
All right, guys. While we're screwing everything up, we got some classes coming up. We got rifle class next weekend, March 12th and 13th. That'll be fun. We got some Patriots signed up for 2 days of rifle action.
Fuck yeah, dude.
We're gonna scrap. We're scrapping. We didn't have a whole lot of interest for Pistol 2, which is a 2-day course. It's our former
Darren's in the house.
Darren,
What?
Darren is
Just look up the
Pistol,
probably
Pistol 2 and Pistol 3. We scrapped that because we really need to work on force stuff.
We're gonna try. We're gonna switch the audio over. See if you guys can tell the difference. We're gonna hook up the audio here.
I screw this stuff up all the
And,
time.
See if you guys can hear the audio any better now compared to what it was better.
Can you hear me?
Better. I've been drinking too damn much.
We started early.
We started early. We've been working on preps. There's a war and all that shit. So,
Dude. Dang, man.
Get that.
Who did
There's
that?
talking points on this.
So, we don't have talking port. Evan says much better. So,
Much better.
audio switched over to this one.
All right.
Thank you, Evan. Appreciate the feedback.
Sorry about that. We were putting up some storage racks and stuff like that, and
Doing the prepping thing, guys.
got to drinking pretty early.
Not me, I was just drinking.
So, Thomas said, audio is much better now.
No, he didn't. He said more better.
And Wex said, unfortunately, we still sound like you.
Thanks, guys. You
Gotcha.
fuckers.
We love you too.
So, let's go back, read some of the comments here.
Thomas says we're licking chicken, man. Nice.
Is that a compliment?
I don't know.
Mike said, keep Jerry's head at the
Weapons
right
junkie
angle.
checking
We're
in
getting
the
a
house.
glare.
Weapons junkie rolling up in here with a "What's up, fuckers?" What's going on with that shit?
And then
Well-
Max said, I grew. Christmas miracle. Sitting on phone books. Yeah, we get it. Fuck y'all.
The leprechaun page.
Hey, I'm combat size, you motherfuckers.
That's right. Austin Kibbe in the house, man. Austin squared away for rifle class.
Max says,
Yeah.
I hear you fine, but I think Matt needs to invest in a better camera. That's my phone, you fuckhead.
Damn.
We need more people in classes before, and 1,000 subscribers before we can hit.
How many?
That's-
Austin's in the house.
many you got?
What's up, Austin?
I'm not counting, but I think we got 936. Shit, I need to do that shit.
Oh, yeah, we have a giveaway tonight. Oh, we have a giveaway tonight.
You guys, I gotta write all the names down. Fuck.
Darren said, had to wake up just to watch. Let's get it on.
Old dude's
Darren,
old dude's
he's
asleep
he's
already.
an old guy. You know, he sleeps early and shit.
That hurts coming from me.
All right, so tonight, Scott has a special guest appearance. He's going to be going over what he puts in his search and rescue bag. I will already tell you he's carrying a Gucci-ass Mystery Ranch search and rescue bag.
So this is a new bag. I'm trying to downsize, and I'll maybe explain why.
Yeah,
I got
get
this
into it.
particular pack. For one
Anything we need to go into before we'll do the giveaway at the end, guys. Stay tuned. We'll do that. Matt's working on that now. Scott's going to get into his bag, and let's go over what you have in it and what you've taken out, is what I want to know.
Well, see, you guys can't see it from the screen, but I've got a tote here that the bag rides in the back of my truck. And it's, I won't say mission specific, but call specific and maybe even seasonal specific. Not specific. I've got extra clothes in here depending on the weather at the time or whatever.
What do you carry extra clothes?
What do I carry? Depends on the weather.
go through that
or the
first.
season. I've always got socks.
Oh, yes.
Extra pair of socks, and that stays pretty much.
Bonus
in the
points
pack.
if they're wool.
There are. Well,
Yes.
these are REIs, so
Still good. Still wool.
I've got some wigwams. Some of this gear is like these boots. And Darren will appreciate this. These are 25 years old boots,
They're almost as old as me.
still going strong, and these things have been through hell.
But that's what happens when you buy high quality shit. You buy
Yes.
good stuff the first time, and it'll last you a lifetime.
Yes, and so,
Well, you always say, buy once, cry once.
All the time.
so I got more shit in here for that goes along that same
But
thing.
also cotton in there, or is it?
No, this is my
I
just
think
the
they should
squad
do that.
shirt.
Yep.
It's cotton. This is basically a change of clothes. When I get out
When you get
off
back.
a call, I need something. The trick to being in the woods is not staying warm. It's
Staying
staying
dry.
cool, which keeps you dry.
Yep. Don't want to sweat.
So that's where all this stuff kind of.
Oh, Austin just said they're the same age as me. Those boots are older than Austin.
Yeah.
Austin,
Yeah.
the funny guy.
They're all older than Austin.
If
Dude,
you
they look great.
if you
I
could-
mean, for
and they-
hiking boots, they look awesome.
They just came back from a backpacking trip. I had to clean them up in the rain. So these guys, they've actually been a wading shoe fly fishing trip. They've been through
Badass.
some shit. They are
Badass.
Gore-Tex. Not a fan, but I mean, if your foot's wet, they're wet, whether it's Gore-Tex or not. But they tend to stay wet for a couple of days.
Well, we had talked about that in the past. A
Yeah.
lot of times with Gore-Tex, these are Gore-Tex. Unfortunately, it's the only ones I could find that I
Yeah.
actually like. But unfortunately with Gore-Tex, the problem is once they get wet, they're fucking
stay
wet,
wet. They stay
and they
wet.
will not dry.
No,
It's like I had to throw a pair away
Yeah.
because they got wet, and I could not get them to dry out at all.
so yeah, the trick I found to doing that is I've got a pair of little ankle gaiters,
Nice.
and the
Close.
trick-
Notice how close those were to get.
they're inside my pants leg when I have them on.
to
They're
go
not
over the shoe
they're
and
not
inside the
over
pants
the
leg. I
pants.
love it. That's awesome.
They're over the
Let me see
pants.
those because I think I want some of them.
The water still comes down inside and inside your boot, and your boot gets wet for days.
So these are Mountain Hardware.
Mountain Hardware. They're
And
brought-
that's a cool thing, just to remind everybody, waterproof boots are waterproof on the inside too.
Yeah, exactly.
Water gets down inside
So,
of them,
okay,
it's there.
but also here's my problem. I have a pair of waterproof boots that I love. I have a pair of Bates that are 6-inch high boots. They're real tall.
Yeah.
And they're great. But the problem is all my fucking gear won't fit my shit anymore, right? So I carry all kinds of shit around my ankles.
Yeah.
My medical kit, my other shit. So they won't fit when you have a 6-inch boot on. I don't wear 6, or I'm sorry, I keep saying 6. I mean 8. And
8,
that's a
yeah,
6-inch
that's a
boot.
6-inch.
I wear a 6-inch boot all the time. My ones in my truck
work
are
boots.
8-inch work boots.
Yeah.
Like the ones I would wear if I was on call back when I was a cop.
Right.
But I can't carry all my medical shit when I have all that anymore.
And I found years ago with an 8-inch boot, if you're hiking in sweaty conditions,
Yeah.
you get a rash right here.
Exactly. I've always
it's
went to a
almost like
6-inch. It's the better compromise
Yeah.
for me. So this is a fucking awesome answer. I need to get me some of those.
And I don't know who
even
else
I
makes
learned
them.
some.
I don't know who else makes them. I don't know if these guys even make them. These things are old, dude. These-
But fucking if it works, it works.
yeah,
I
so
don't give a
I think the
shit.
trick is just to put them inside your pants leg. As
Inside
opposed-
your pants leg, inside the pants.
Yeah.
So my question is, will it fit over a med kit? I need to try those on when you get done.
Probably.
Because if they'll fit over my med kit,
Or you
that's
can put
golden.
you can put the med kit over it. It doesn't matter. It
That's true too.
doesn't matter. As long as you're just trying
He's
to
a smart guy.
you're
That's
trying
why
to
I like
seal
this
up
place.
the. You're just trying to seal up
Yeah,
that.
you're just trying to keep it from
Water.
getting down in your shoe
Exactly.
because that's what sucks.
Yeah.
And see, these are great. Like these are North Face, and they're Gore-Tex, and they're great as long as you keep them dry. But damn, if you get something over that
Yeah.
and it runs inside the boot, you're screwed.
Yeah. And
Like
then
that's the end of
you
that.
got blisters and nasty feet, and there's no amount of extra wool socks is going to.
Who wants some freeze-dried
Yeah.
happiness?
I'll take some of that. Oh yeah.
Freeze-dried happiness.
So Matt's passing out freeze-dried pineapple, strawberries, bananas, no apple.
There's some, I don't know if there's cantaloupe in there or not. I think we had to eat all that. I don't think we got that really,
We'll get back to the freeze dryer stuff, guys.
So, like I said, this pack's in testing phase. So far, so good. So everything in this pack, even it's pretty much full.
That's
Yeah.
about
Every fucking thing in this pack is for my support.
in my
Pretty
opinion,
much.
that is about the perfect size for 99% of people.
I do not have water in it,
But you got a water filter.
but I'll have. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I've got. I basically when I go in the woods on a mission or a call, I've got support. I'm not ever going by myself in the woods.
Right.
And I've got command that'll send whatever we need or whatever anybody needs out. Most of the time. Sometimes it's not enough manpower. What else is in here? Next, talking about clothing, ponchos.
Huge. I like it.
Poncho is way better than any Gore-Tex rain jacket I've ever had.
Yep.
so at some
Does it
point
cover
in
the
time,
backpack too?
Yeah.
That's the key. Most people forget that. It's got to cover the backpack.
so at some point in time, we need to get to the part of the live stream where we talk about what the noobs need to know. Like the jackasses like me that see pictures on the internet and they decide, I want to go there. And they don't do any research.
Like
But luckily-
Dandelion Field? Is
What's
what-
that?
Daffodil
Daffodil.
Flats.
Daffodil
Oh,
Flats, that's it, man.
Don't go to the daffodils. Pro tip: the daffodils at the county courthouse downtown are a hell of a lot easier to get to than anything you're going to find in Wimble Gorge.
Yep.
Hey, that's legit.
And there's a
Trust me.
restaurant with a beer close to it.
That's good shit.
Strawberries.
I think the strawberry's my favorite.
Yeah, strawberry.
Or the pineapple. Or,
Yeah,
they're all good.
I
like them all.
got two trays of strawberries working right now. Double decker trays, and I got a 2 trays of bananas going.
Pro tip, put your shit in a waterproof bag.
I stayed home like Mr. Mom today. working
Not a
on some
water
freeze
resistant
dryers.
bag. This is actually a waterproof bag.
Difference. Usually the really good ones roll up versus Velcro too. They'll have both, but
So I'm transitioning out of my cold weather stuff to spring now, but you never know in the mountains.
it can be fucking warm in the day and cold as shit at night.
Like here tomorrow, it's going to be 25 degrees colder than it was today.
77 a day.
Another piece of kit that I bought this shirt and I almost shit because I paid $50 for this shirt in 1995. I wish I had bought 5 of them.
They're awesome.
Polar Max. So this thing gets used in the woods. It also gets used in work. because I'm working outside a lot.
Weapons Junkie says, protein. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. We're working our way up.
That was actually what our prepping this week was about.
Yeah.
But we're trying to get some on the hoof, my man, as well.
Patrick spent $1,500 on 3 items.
Chicken and tuna.
Three. Not even a cart's worth. I don't think. I don't know.
Right now, food is so high, guys. So high. Sorry, man. I hate you.
This thing is. I didn't wash it.
So a lot of people don't realize how important clothing is.
All right. So yeah.
That is probably one of the most important pieces of gear in your bag.
So, yes, this thing goes with me every. Backstory. I went to replace this a couple years ago. REI. They didn't have Polar Max, and I bought an REI brand. It was synthetic, kind of like the old cotton. What do you call it? Remember that long flannel where you used to have?
Oh yeah,
It was cotton waffle.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. The difference was it had, and this is big to me. These cuffs on this thing suck around your wrist.
Yep.
That one had just loopy little cuffs on it. It was letting cold air in, man. I was like, this thing sucks.
So my equivalent to that is if you ever buy the Under Armour mock neck compression that's thick winter wear, it'll do the same thing as that.
Yeah.
And it's so tight to your skin, it keeps all the air out. I can wear that and not even wear a jacket.
And it has room to get warm air in it to help keep you
Yes,
warm.
it is phenomenal.
So I actually found one, the newer version of these online. Still made in USA. Made out
That's
of
the one thing Under Armour is not. So that's
Really?
cool. That I don't think Under Armour is made in USA. I think it's fucking China.
Well,
That's USA made?
yeah,
I'll have
and
to
the
check
new
that
one
out.
is made in USA. Here's the difference: is this is flat lock seams on it.
Yeah.
The new one has just the regular hems like we have in t-shirts.
Oh.
I don't think it's going to last as near as long as this one has.
So the 1995 model is better than the new
Man, I
one?
wish I could find another one like this.
Kind of like cars, huh?
Kind of.
No.
Unfortunately, I'm still looking at old cars.
Yeah.
Like when I go to buy one, I'm looking at like a 2000 model. That's fun shit.
So when I'm in the woods on a call, some of this shit might come out because I've got to either I've carried a dozen McDonald's cheeseburgers in this pack in support of the
Just
team that's
hand
already
out-
in it.
hand out to the guys?
Ones that are down in the woods. I've carried liters of IVs. I've carried I've carried rope for extra, if we had to do a high line or something, get somebody out. So some of this shit has to come out. This is the stuff that I would have in my pack if I was to have to go. If it was a go pack. Tarp. It's a 7x9. Lightweight tarp. Outdoor tarp. Or backpacking tarp. With a ready-made ridgeline.
Whereas Baker says that's a lot of swole in one room.
And you do correct me if I'm wrong, but you do the Dave Canterbury preset
So I can take this, pull it out don't need a container, pull it out any length I need, wrap it around with a toggle hitch, which is basically a stick,
Yep, stick in it.
and I can come all the way over to the other side and do my little,
He's lefty, so it's a little bit
So
fucked
back is-
up.
actually, I think you do it the same way right-handed. The little, what the hell am I trying to say this is?
Trucker's hitch?
Trucker's hitch.
Yeah.
So I can pull this ridgeline as tight as I need it.
Also, he's already got the
I already got the Prussics on there.
Prussic groups on here, so I can't say that fucking word.
Yeah.
So you can scoot them out.
And tighten
With
my
support gear.
tarp. That might be a whole different video.
The fucking knots he used in this already set up could be a whole different video.
So
on its
yeah,
own.
they're really simple to tie because they're similar. And then when
If
I
you know it, it's simple. But if you don't know it, it's fucking pretty complicated.
but they're simple. They're simple because they're really identical to each other.
Yeah, they're not
the way I
hard to
tie them.
do. It's just you gotta know how to do it.
Yeah. So when I get ready to go, I pull it off the other side. I have a little half hitch in it with a loop, and I pull it up. It's like half a shoestring.
Yep,
Then the trucker's hitch pops out.
it's beautiful.
Take the stick out of the other end, and I'm good to go.
You can literally break it down in less than a minute.
And the way you keep it from getting tangled,
Just
Yeah.
figure eight.
is just all the way
That's
all
the
the way
exact way. I used the one that you gave me for a minute. So Jerry gave me one from a.
down. The green one.
It had the
With
green
with the
light
color.
on it. So here's my problem. I can't tell how much was fucking in it.
Yeah. You didn't
So
lose
like
it.
I pulled it out the other day, I went to tie something down, I had this much left. I was like,
I
fuck!
think that's more of a gimmicky thing.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
And I was like, once I got done with it, I was like, no, I'm going back to my
Because
fucking
if you
regular
do this,
ass.
Yep.
you
I
never-
know how much I have at that point. So I
And-
took the light out of it and I'm going to trash the rest of it.
Pro tip, I just realized this again this past week when I went out in the rain shower backpacking, is you've got a 7x9 tarp. You try to set something up to cook in and the wind's blowing 25 miles an hour. It's raining sideways. And you can't find a fucking tree with the right distance apart.
Yeah.
And I didn't have this at the time. I had something shorter, and I couldn't get the right distance around to get my damn bridge line up to set the tarp up, so I ended up cooking in the rain.
That sucks.
So you cannot have one of the top C's Canterbury talks about,
Yep.
one of the top 10 C's, cordage. You can't have enough damn cordage.
No. And well, so that's what killed me, dude. I was ready to tie something down, and I was like, "Oh, I got this big fucking hunk of shit."
yeah.
And I pulled it out, and I had this much left. I was like,
Yeah, and you think, yeah.
Evan Dixon says the trucker's hitch is one of the most useful knots worth learning.
"Trucker's hitch is fantastic. Prusik is huge." And
Crossing's
also,
really easy. If you can tie the fisherman's knot, you can do the Prusik.
Also, I think there's a lot to be said about the what's the tent knot called? The one that you fucking you slide
Taut line hitch?
Taut line hitch. Thank
Yeah.
you. I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
yes.
that works great.
Taut line hitch,
The
trucker's hitch.
You don't want to do a taut line on your ridge line because it's.
Yeah, one of these days we'll get some videos out of Scott.
A taut line works
we
really,
tried
really
one
good
time, but
in
we-
conjunction with that
Yeah.
system. You use a
Yeah.
trucker's hitch and then a taut line to snug it up is
Yeah.
what I do. And it works
We tried
fantastic.
one time, but I think we found a bourbon.
So you get your
before we
leverage
used it.
from the trucker's hitch,
Yes.
and then you use the taut line to
So-
tighten it up.
A better way of doing that trucker's hitch, I
Nerds.
forgot about. This is lifesaver.
Nerds.
Hey, let me tell you something, guys. It's like any other kind of training.
If you don't practice it, you fucking lose it. I have to go sometimes and watch a video because like, fuck, I know how to do that, but I can't remember exactly.
And
Yeah.
to build on that statement is, if you're doing it in your backyard and it's 7 degrees and sunny, you're not doing it.
No, you gotta
You
do it in
need
the
to do it
fucking
when-
pouring ass rain.
Sideways.
Your
Max-
family's depending on you. The hammock's not set up, and God, it's gotta be done right now. That's when you need to learn it.
Max says he is now the assistant scoutmaster. He has to learn all these effing knots.
I got a
At
link.
least what they are called.
I got a link to that, Max. I'll share it here in a second.
There's at least 3 or 4 that you must know.
Yeah.
Like you need to know them. Like, they're fucking important.
So I tie the bowling and trucker hitch the same way. Some of these guys, if you watch some of these guys on video, YouTube, they're doing like, you twist it this way and it's got to go. I can't. I'm 54 years old. I can't remember that shit. I learned to do a bowling by making a loop and folding it back on itself and pulling a bite through it. Boom! There's my bowling.
That's nice.
So there, I keep that in the end of this every hank of coal I've got.
Show them that again. See if you can get a close up on it and show them, because that's one of the cleanest ways I've seen to do
Go up
that.
close to the
Go
camera,
up close,
man.
I'll tell you when they can
I'll
see
tell
it.
you when you're there.
All right. So the trick, the beauty about the bowling is you can hook, if your rope is strong enough, you can hook a truck up to it
Stand in front of
and,
that
and
camera.
pull a truck with this knot.
Perfect.
Yeah, that looks good. Right there.
You could pull a truck with this damn knot if your rope was big enough, but you can still get it untied no matter how.
Hey Scott, do me a favor and turn around. Stand next to the camera with your hands in front of the camera.
Like I'm surrendered.
Yeah. Turn around. Because your hands were blocking everything.
Evan says it's hard to see with all 4 pixels of the knot. Evan, I think that is
Stand
a
right
internet
here.
thing, man,
Stand right
versus
here and
a
tie.
camera thing.
Reach
I have
over
a
the
fantastic
camera.
camera.
Back
Reach over the camera and tie it.
Back up.
Back
Reach
up
down,
behind
down.
the
There you go.
camera.
That's right there. Perfect.
Down a little bit. There you go.
There's a loop.
There's a loop.
It's really simple. I fold it back on itself. If you do it the wrong way, it won't work.
Raise it up just a little bit.
It's good.
I'm taking that
It
home.
won't
Just
work.
work those depths
Fuck
a
you,
little
I'm
bit, man.
taking
You're
that out.
getting tired on us.
So I make my loop. This
You're closer now.
working end is over that. Then I just fold it back on itself.
Bam.
That's why you can't keep any.
Pull a bite.
He's
I
eating
thought
the
so.
shit.
B-I-G-H-T,
He's eating the
not a
shit.
B-I-T-E.
B-I-G-H-T.
Now, you've heard the old saying of
It's definitely not his camera, Max. It's the internet, man. Like sometimes
Yeah.
it's in, sometimes it's out, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, that is an iPhone 11 Max, so it's got
Raise your hands up a little bit.
some of the best damn cameras you can get, but it don't matter when the internet won't support it.
so the same way I tie the bowlines is the way I tie our trucker's hitch. I make the same loop. and I fold it back on itself, and I pull it, and you pull it towards the thing you're trying to hook around.
Yep.
So it tightens up that way. What I just didn't do is, what I was wanting to do is when you pull your, we'll have to do this in another video, but when you pull it through here, you want to, if you wrap it around twice to this loop and do your trucker's hitch, it's basically what it is the mechanical advantage. It's a pulley.
It's a 3-in-1 pulley.
It's a 3-in-1 pulley, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. We haul people up the sides of cliffs with a 3-in-1 or a 5-in-1. We'll have actually a pulley on it, but it's the same concept.
Yep.
Scott Wexler says he's listening, but he's busy shaving his head and fixing his beard.
Hey man, you shave that head, Scott. Look good.
If you guys
So-
need any other close-ups, you just let us know.
So guys, knot tying, although not the most glamorous thing, is one of the things that will save your ass 1,000 times and make you look like a pro in the woods.
It's a what do you call it? Perishable skill.
It is. If you don't fucking, so you're gonna think I'm such a nerd. I keep a fucking length of rope in my truck just to practice this shit while I'm like,
There's
have a
some in
second.
there.
Like just to practice and keep it, because if you don't, you'll lose that shit.
There's a prusik I use to climb with.
That's awesome.
Well, it's a loop. It's not tied into a prusik yet, but it's got 2 fisherman's loops on it, 2 fisherman's knots on it.
So you can tighten it up. And that's what you use in a necklace, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things with that. So Max was asking about tying knots.
Max says if you don't see a class wrapped around all the shit Scott knows, you're blind. You got to get him teaching a class about the shit. I'm trying.
I need some help with the curriculum. We can do it. So
I'll
there's
help you with that. I
there's
can
an
do
app
that.
called CMC Field Guides. I think that's what it's called. I think it's available to everybody, not just rescue personnel.
CMC Field
I
Guides.
think that's what it's called. CMC, yeah, Field Guides, and it has all kinds of cool high-speed shit on it. And the only thing I use it for is basically the
Hold that up.
knots.
So it's CMC.
Rope
And you can
rescue.
do rope field guide, and you can get all the different anchor points,
Yeah,
belay
like
system,
the
knots. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because what I end up usually doing is like finding somebody on YouTube that knows how to do the shit.
Well,
And
yeah, that's the way I
follow
first
it and
started
do it.
doing it too.
You know, but that's badass.
Yeah.
And you can download that?
Yeah,
Is it
it's-
available without internet?
Jerry, would you like to pick the winner of the
I'll
EDC
pick one.
trade?
I'll pick one.
The what Scott Wexler say? This is the old made by Larry Jenkins. Larry
let's
Leroy
let Scott pick it.
Jenkins.
He's our guest.
Yeah,
What's
let's Scott
that?
pick.
Let Scott pick it. He's our guest.
Okay, so we got the. I still got one remaining litter pouch from Combat Art Training. If you haven't checked out Andrew's stuff, go check it out. So since he's left-handed, pick up one single piece of paper out of there, and we'll figure out
or what?
who I got to spend $20 to send to this damn EDC trade to. Everett. Nice.
Everett, what's the last name? Everett.
I don't know. I gotta go back and look.
Everett, you won. Matt will look you up and find out your information.
Some of the people always like their YouTube monikers just a name. Just
If
a
your
name.
YouTube moniker is Everett, please send us your information at preparedpatriotnc@gmail.com,
I'm gonna go comment on the thing right now.
and we will send you the Prepared Patriot EDC trade. Thank you guys so much for all the subscriptions and the likes and the shares and all that shit. By the way, if you're watching right now, this is valuable fucking information. You should be sharing it to your friends.
There's another source for knots. It's a simple little book, paperback book called Outdoor Knots.
Outdoor knots.
I got that for Christmas one year, and I sat there with a little hank of rope.
Okay, Everett H.
Everett H. There you go.
And I sat there and watched YouTube and tied knots with this.
It's funny, but I do the same shit. Because it's like you said, if you don't practice it, listen, I learned a bunch of knots a long time ago. But then if you don't use that shit for a couple of years, you go out to the woods, you're like, fucking, how did I do that again? Like you sit there like, did it go this way or that way? Or
So,
yeah, I get it.
So-
You gotta practice that shit, just like your draw stroke and anything else.
Let me ask this question, Scott. If not on a rescue mission, just you're going to go into the woods by yourself, spend the afternoon. That's your plan. What are your must-haves with you?
It's kind of like the noob thing.
Yeah.
You know?
So there's two different top 10 lists. There's the 10 C's that Canterbury talks about, and some of them overlap. And then there's the 10 things that we want people that go in the woods to look at daffodils that have no business in the woods taken with them. And by the way,
What are you talking about, man? Dude, we went the extra long way, motherfucker.
that was, and yeah. So,
I might
by
have
the way,
eaten 2 pizzas after we were done.
one of the things on the list is a flashlight. Your fucking phone light does not count
Thank you.
as a flashlight.
It's your communication device, for fuck's sake.
I actually use it as nav. I put it in airplane mode, and I've got the maps of the gorge.
Venza? What's the
Venza?
Venza is the
Venza.
app?
And the Venza is free, and most of the maps are free. I just downloaded a map from a Venza from Moab of the mountain bike trails that I'm going to hit in June.
Badass.
So-
Of Venza.
And
Of
and
Venza.
I'm gonna live vicariously through him, and he's gonna take his Tundra through one of those fucking trails. Cause I'm gonna do it, dude.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna take the Sequoia through Moab. It's gonna happen.
So short, long story is I get back from taking my wife to Daffodil Flats to see these fucking flowers. And it's in the wilderness. It's in the wilderness area, and it's in the most inaccessible fucking part of the gorge that you can hike to. And you've got 65-year-old people that weigh 300 pounds, and they go down here without water or food.
I think he just called you 65.
No.
I fit the
So here,
300-pound bill
listen to
thing.
this. You hadn't heard the story. The backstory is, and I'm sitting on the couch one day, and I actually take the camper up there, and I'm staged, and I've already done like 2, not really rescues. I'm like, no, dude, you're going the wrong way. Come this way. I've got my radio with me. I'm not on a call, but I'm preempting all that shit, right? And I'm getting back, and I'm sitting on my damn couch like a week later, and I'm drinking a beer, and Matt says, "Hey, have you ever heard of some place called Daffodil Flats?" And I said, "You're fucking shitting me, right?"
Oh my god, that's funny as
That's
hell.
exactly what he said.
You're shitting me, right? You're not going there, right?
It's really only because my wife saw a post on Facebook. Some other people from the
Fucking
hospital-
Facebook. It's the end of the world. It really is.
Yeah.
So, long story short, we take the longest route, and actually it's my fault as I took a route that I was through private property that I had permission to go through. But then we decided that we weren't prepared to go across the cliffs with Sam. And
We never saw the cliffs though.
I actually had to carry somebody across that son of a bitch.
So now you know about the cliffs.
Yeah, we probably could have done it, but not having been there, I don't want to. Rescue guys don't get
Right.
rescued, right?
Right, yeah, let's
Self-
not do that.
You self
That's not good. We don't want to do that.
extricate or you just fucking die right there. But so we backtracked about a mile or so.
Mile and a half, yeah.
Yeah, and then we went another
Mountain to sea
route,
trail.
which is now, Matt. This is the least steep part of getting to Daffodil Flats. That shit was not.
It's not that easy.
It's not. And Jerry appreciate that being from the mountains. It's freaking uphill
Yeah,
both ways.
The worst part is turning around and coming out of the, from the river up.
Yeah.
What's that first 1 mile?
Lead mine.
Lead Mine Trail. That's the worst
That
part.
was
It's
a hand
straight
over
up.
fist.
I mean, it's
But before we got to that, we were 2 miles away from Daffodil Flats, and we found 2 girls hiking their merry way.
Yep.
Where are you guys going? Daffodil Flats?
two
Yeah.
girls.
Well, you're 2 miles. You're going the wrong direction. They didn't have a map. They took the wrong turn to the trail. We got them kind of straightened out. I left my phone number with them. They thought they
No,
were,
so we got to this piece of private property where there's a bunch of daffodils.
there's more daffodils there on that private property
And
than
they were
there
like,
was at Daffodil Flats.
This is good enough for us.
All right,
Yeah,
turn
so-
around and go back.
And they could just backtrack. So I left my phone number if they needed me. We actually had cell phone service there. So we're hiking along, going back on the mountain sea trail, and we find a dad and his son. He's still probably another mile and a half going the wrong damn direction from Daffodil Flats. And he turned around and started following us, and he made it to Daffodil Flats. But when we left and he took off before us, instead of turning right to go back up to the trail, he kept going straight. I'm like, I had to whisper,
So-
hey,
Alright.
I think this ass twice that day.
So listen.
So they're telling lots of stories, so I'll tell you what I think you need to have. Like he said, some sort of navigation, some sort of light that's not your phone. Okay, he's got a whole list.
I got
But let me
both-
see
both
what I
copies.
can, just from our experience, right? So I was carrying a bunch of water.
Can't
but
have enough.
You can't have enough, or just a
Filtrate.
way to filter
I'd also
it.
given him water purification tabs that he had in his fucking pack.
I had tablets, but he had iodine. It was just easier to squirt in there.
The iodine has more than one purpose. You can put it on boo-boos and you can disinfect.
So,
Agreed.
but definitely, and then Sam ended up digging into his foot care pack because he was wearing like cowboy boots or something.
I'll pull that med kit out in a minute. What I've got
Yeah.
specific to what. Well, I think you guys need to go have in your go pack.
Yep.
That we don't talk about a lot.
Right.
Usually it's foot care. That's the first thing people forget.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So what else you got? They're 10 C's.
And like moleskin,
Cordage.
duct tape, like all that shit.
I think cordage needs to be three C's. I think cordage. You can do so much with it. Cover, poncho or shelter. Cutting tool, everybody's got a knife, right? Combustion, more than one way.
Yep.
Big lighter's great, but you have a backup. I've got a ferro rod and 2 lighters. A container. I carry 2 days worth of food in here, and it may or may not go with me on a call, but here's my container. I actually have a canister of fuel and a stove in here.
Those are great.
And
I have the longer version of that.
I think that's one that's often
here's the stove.
I have
not
the
looked
exact same
at,
stove. I'm not even shitting you.
is the container.
$19, right?
Fucking same
I
stuff.
bought 2 of them.
They're fantastic. For $19, you cannot beat them.
A lot of people overlook the container.
Yeah.
It's so important because you can do so much with it.
Yeah. So I'll get ahead of myself, but I had to actually disinfect water with one of my containers this week. That last week, instead of using the Sawyer, and I'll tell you why. I'm gonna give you my lowdown on that.
Let me hear it. I want to know.
I'm gonna pull it out in a minute and show you.
Don't forget to talk loudly.
Yeah, those
Talk
are-
loudly.
Project to the microphone.
I'm humble.
This is the microphone.
Since our video sucks, we better have good audio.
So anyway, we're at container. Cotton material. I told Matt about this like, I don't know, a year ago. This is EDC for me. I also have one in the pack.
Everyday carry.
Because you can bandage this, you can use it as a bandage, you can use it as a hat,
Pre-filter
sweat,
for water.
Pre-filter for getting the shit out of the water. You can make charcoal with it if you had to. It's great in the summer. You can wet it in the creek and put it over your head. Just fucking blow your nose on it. You can wipe your ass with it.
Pretty important. It's better than sock.
We were having.
I think this needs to be in everybody's go bag. I don't leave home without it.
It sounds like a video, man.
Cargo tape,
Have you over?
aka duct tape.
Yep.
I've got 16 foot, probably, 2 different places in my pack. It does more than one thing also. I always carry shit that does more than one if I can have it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it'll start a fire.
Dual purpose.
It'll start a fire. And, you know, the other one was canvas needle. I don't have a canvas needle. Maybe I should get one. I don't know. Some of the things that we recommend on the rescue squad is sun protection. Either a hat or some sunscreen, chapstick. Jerry carries like Vaseline for the cold weather. It's a great idea.
Hey,
Plus, it's more than one use because you can start a fire with a Vaseline.
Yep.
Pro tip that we picked up from our mentor James. They make a sunscreen that's in a fucking deodorant looking tube. Fantastical. No mess on your hands. You can rub it on the fucking areas that you want to.
Yep.
Cap it, throw it
So
back
it's not
in the bag.
greasy.
It's not greasy. And you don't get it all over your hands. So it's just like a deodorant stick.
Oh, cool.
You pop it off, rub
Try
it over your ear, your head.
We need a link to that too.
It's dope. No, Neutrogena, I think, makes it. I'll send you the link.
So here's my multiple use thing. It's got
Darren Allen says he carries a pocket rocket. What's that, man?
it's an MSR stove. Yes, it's a
The
little,
little-
bit big.
the
It's a little bit bigger than what we
little
got.
stoves.
Gotcha.
But
These are actually smaller than the
Pocket rocket won't fit in here. It's too big. This is
Mine is almost exactly the same.
BSR 3000, man.
Yeah.
This
It's
the
fucking
bomb.
dope, man. It's like this big.
It's like 9 grams.
Yeah, it's so light.
Yeah.
Works perfect.
I actually use it for extended backpacking trips.
It's fantastic. I agree. For the money, you cannot beat it.
So there's my duct tape, also with my
I also like this
fire
model.
starter.
It's like
Which is,
I'm a
I
big,
was gonna say, that's also a fire
I
starter.
always do like that.
Yeah.
Like that's my normal go-to. Like you can't have enough. And I've actually used a bunch of this. So I need to replenish it. Actually,
Yeah.
mine's getting down to probably like a
Some
yard.
last week,
I only have like a yard
leaving
left.
receipts.
Hey, pay me, motherfucker. Pay up, sucker.
You've seen emergency shelter, navigation, map, compass. We use GPS or
Hey, Evan put a link in there. Is that for the little pocket rocket thing?
BRS 3000.
Oh no, he put the Neutrogena in there for you.
Oh, sweet.
There you go. It's badass. Works
you
awesome.
wanna send it to them or something, because
It's in the link. You'll be
you
able to go back and look.
won't be able to see it after.
Oh, you know?
Yeah, it's not like
Here, I'll
Facebook
forward it.
comments that stay there.
I will forward it to our friend Scott.
These little things you get from like REI and places, the SOL, Soul, Survive Outdoors. Some of it's gimmicky, some of it's pretty handy. It is a waterproof bag.
Fire starter.
That's a good thing to talk about. Some of it's gimmicky.
A
And
wire
some
saw
of
is
it's-
gimmicky.
Yeah.
Throw it in the trash. It's picture wire. They
The what
wrap-
is?
The wire saws.
Yes.
Mhm.
I agree.
So here's something I found out is sometimes being short of manpower on the calls, we have to rely on other agencies. Our bread and butter at Burke County is search and rescue. If it wasn't for the search and rescue wilderness team, they'd probably shut us down. But that's we're top 5. We have at any given time 10 members that they're physically fit enough to go in the woods. And if it's Saturday night, half of those guys are drunk. If you get screwed up Saturday night, you're gonna be
You wait until Sunday
might be
afternoon.
me. I sat down to dinner one night at 6 o'clock, pulled hamburgers off the grill, and I get a call from this mountain biker loss. I'm like, shit, he's off 181. I'll find him in an hour before I can get to the interstate. I'll find him because I live in Catawba County. I'm an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So, long story short, I got there at 10 o'clock, and I was actually the guy that found him. I got out at 6 a.m. the next morning. So we had to call some other squads in from like Linville Central Rescue. And just to say they're not prepared as much as some they should be. And so I always carry extra batteries because 2's 1, 1's none, right?
Absolutely.
I had to give my extra batteries to somebody that didn't have any, and I had none anymore. So now I carry
Extra.
3 sets of extra
And those
batteries.
little battery pack things are awesome because a lot of times people don't realize if you got metal shit in your bag and your
It's gonna
batteries,
shorten them out.
it'll short them out and it'll discharge them if you're not careful. And what I do, I've actually went so far as taping my shit up.
Yeah.
Like I'll run tape between each one.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes
that I
if
can
you,
tape them up in a big block.
if you had it like I've had it taped up for, you gotta untape it at some point and redo it because
Right.
2 or 3 years that shit's solid. You ain't
It
getting
is.
off.
I prefer these. These are
Yeah,
the better
those are
way.
great.
I have a bunch of those as well now. And also the big extended ones. Have you bought the big extendable rechargers?
Yeah, I've got like
Those are
3 of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a
I'll
couple of
replace
them
with
too.
them.
So Max says if you have someone, he says you need to do a video on this. We are. It's a live one.
All right, this is like a tease, right? All right.
Yeah, no, this is a video.
So here, I think this needs a peek. This is the kit.
I have that too. What is that?
Ariel's in the
BRS.
house.
BRS.
Tactical
Yes,
bits.
that's the one I have.
bits.
Yes.
BRS 3000. I think you can
Tactical
find them on
ratings.
Amazon for
They're
less than.
super cheap. They
they're-
work
They're
fantastic.
titanium.
What is that thing?
BRS
So you
3000.
plug that on the top of that little thing in this bag here,
Yeah.
and it's a
It's like a
burner.
little
It's a little
burner.
burner stove. So now you can heat up your water, boil coffee, like whatever.
Now it's not going to simmer a damn gourmet meal, but
I
it'll
set my
boil
fucking
water.
house on fire. Let's do it.
Literally just fire it up.
Nice.
It works.
Now what
great.
I did, I hacked it a little bit from one of my other backpacking stoves. I put
And
it
that's
in
like something metal you can
A
sit
what?
shit
A
a
on.
windscreen, an aluminum windscreen.
You
That's
can literally sit something on there, huh?
Barely. You got to be careful. So you got to
It'll boil
balance.
water.
You got to balance your weight with.
You want to give them a close up,
Practicality.
man? Give them a close up of that contraption.
It's really this. This is the key here. Like you can get these anywhere.
These
The
are in
MSR
Walmart.
stuff. You can actually get the little bigger ones. You can get the
Yeah,
little smaller
all
ones. You can get
kinds of
all
sizes.
kinds of
The
them.
little ones fit. In
So
the
mine
totes.
is double this one.
You got the big totes.
I have the big one, and I have 2 of those in it.
Yeah.
I have them
Awesome.
double stacked, and I have that inside, just like he has
you
here.
got it in your go bag.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I also remember I planned for a fucking
You got a
month
more
long
big-
trip.
Yeah.
So like, well, no, I planned for a big trip because I could be an hour and a half away, 2 hours from
Right.
home, a drive time.
Yeah.
So a walk time, we're looking at a week or 2. But then you just put that in the bag on top of that inside the totes. If it's bigger, it's the same shit.
They can't see shit. Take it up by the camera.
There you go.
So BRS 3000, I think they're still available. Let me know if you can see it. Holds up. It's half the size of what Darren said you had.
Hold it still. Hold it still.
The JetBull.
No.
No, not JetBull. What is that fucking thing he's got?
MSR Whisper
Yes.
Light.
No.
They make
Pocket
so many-
Rocket.
Pocket Rocket. Yeah. It's
That's
probably
good.
half the size of that. It's 9 grams.
All right, let's see that shit now. Screw it on the other thing.
This is the fuel container.
So guys, if
I
you're
sound like a woman, don't I?
if you do, if you're into this shit, backpacking world, like this is like
So,
backpacking shit.
I've got. This is not really good for. Even though it says all season fuel blend, it gets cold. It takes a while, right?
Yeah.
It's like you grill outside in the winter. I've also got a multi-fuel white gas burner that I take in the wintertime.
You should also have food that doesn't require any fucking heating.
Yeah, just something.
Just-
something to put hot water.
and eat.
Oh yeah,
something to eat. Like it doesn't
Right,
require
like-
any food, any kind of heating.
Mickey Chewies or something like that, and like
Evan
Skittles.
said, this one's
Freeze
right
dry
up,
ones are awesome.
they're actually better.
yeah, this one's right up your alley. Evan says the sail needle is really worth having, can repair stuff with cordage. I
That's
think
what
you
he was
talked
talking about a
the
minute
needle
ago. What
earlier.
was the needle you were talking about?
Yeah, you guys,
Canvas needles. what that's
Cell
called.
needles, the same thing. Yeah, because it'll. And some people just like take the duct tape and take it to their knife sheath or something and have it. Right
Fun
there.
fact: he is actually a sailor.
Yep.
Has a sailboat. No
I
shit.
got pictures.
Yep.
And you can drive that bitch like Captain Ron. So
We
you
got
don't need a
stories.
motor or nothing.
We got to see sometimes.
I got video of a
All I need is
crash.
a couple of beers.
I still got video of a crash landing. I should just load that shit on YouTube.
Empty. No
You need to
good.
run?
I think I need a beer.
So everybody saw
Well,
that,
there you
right?
go. I
So
can- give me a
my point with this little stove is I've got better stoves, but it's so damn light and handy. I've
Man,
actually used
so
it's
it.
good,
fucking awesome, isn't it?
I took yes.
Yes.
I've got 2 of these and a little fold-up grill that you can actually cook 2 pots at one time with these things.
They're phenomenal. Like
They're
the
cheap.
size of them, and that's the other thing. They're so cheap for what you're getting. It's like, God, why don't people have 50
Yeah, why don't
of
you
them?
5 of these? Yeah.
They're so cheap. They work fantastic, and literally, like the hardest part is keeping the fuel.
Yeah. And
Like
the
as long
fuels-
as you got, and that's why I carry the big one because I want to have enough fuel to make sure
Yeah.
I can do
Well,
several things.
I went on a 3 or 4 day night fishing trip with these, feeding 4 or 5 people with 2 or 3 of these, and
2 to 3's pretty good. It's not.
3
It's more
meals a
than you
day.
think it is.
It's been pretty good. So this is my like I said, this is my personal shit. I'm not having to support anybody else, and I've only got 2 days. I'm supported anyway,
Yeah.
unless a lot of times I am the support. Well, if I'm in the woods, then there's no fucking support.
Yeah.
Because I'm so far away that I end up being the support.
Right.
I'm the guy bringing the shit in for the other guys.
Like, hey, let's get you out of here to safety.
Yeah, if I got to go in as a team and search, there's no fucking nobody else coming in, and I got to do for myself. Med kit. Oh wait, cordage. You can't forget that.
Bank line.
Bank line. I don't know how much is on there.
Is that the tar covered?
Tar
shit?
covered bank
Yes.
line. That's what my Prussics are made on my Ridgeline.
Yes.
It's tough as shit.
John Kranz wants to know if we have a cooler full under the table.
Not
Actually,
yet.
we just have 2 stools.
We have a
in front of us.
refrigerator in the other room.
Yeah, it's just right out in the living
Bourbon.
room, the downstairs living
Stay
room.
tuned though. Solar shit coming up. If I can get Evan to get in line with that, if he wants to be a part of it. Can't say he wants to be on video, but
Let's-
we might do a big thing on solar shit coming up.
Oh yeah. Let's keep going with let's stop doing medical yet.
You
Let's
still
keep
got
going.
more shit in there?
All kinds of shit in
He's
here.
barely even scratched the surface.
Some of this is
Freaking backpackers.
squad specific. When I backpack, I would never carry one of these.
I literally have the exact same one. I
Uh,
think it's fantastical.
It's better than the Baco Laplander by a smidge, but if you got a Baco Laplander, it's pretty
Well,
damn
what
good.
is that contraption called for
This
us
is-
idiots?
Gomboy Silky
I
Gomboy.
literally have the exact same one.
I've seen
I
it
think the
before.
newer ones have a curved blade. They might be a little fancier, higher speed maybe. So the reason I wouldn't, like I said, I
Show and
backpacked
tell,
for
man. Show and tell.
20 years. I've never carried anything like this. I had buddies that carried hatchets. I'm like, I'm gonna break dead wood. You know what? But in the rescue squad, there's so much blowdown in the woods that we can't carry people over them.
That's
So-
one of my favorite things from hunting.
Dude,
This
they're
thing will-
so light and
this-
they do so much.
This thing will cut a damn log faster. You can get your chainsaw started.
Yep.
Exactly. You'd be
Give us
almost
close
done
up.
by the time
give,
you
give
get
it to
to
Vanna White. I'll do a close up there.
Silky Gumboy. So if you're a Dave Canterbury fan or a Sean Kelly fan, Corporal's Corner. That's where I first saw it.
Boom.
Darren says BRS 3000 on Amazon is $17. What a deal. Fuck yeah, it is.
Get 2 of them, dude.
You should buy a bunch of them for that price.
Two's one.
They're badass.
Hadn't broke one yet, but it's used.
So Max says the saws are so much better than Axe and Safer. Absolutely. Most people think they're going out there with a fucking hatchet and chop shit down.
Just to get you tired.
Usually you get really tired, you make a lot of fucking noise, and you end up hurting yourself.
So I think the difference between the
A lot of work,
Baco,
little
A
progress.
lot of work, little progress. These work very well, even for a small kid.
This-
a small kid can use that.
Sam's used that.
Actually, my
Empty.
son and daughter
Yeah.
were using that while we were at Bug Out Camp
Yeah.
Out. They
So
were using it.
I think
playing
the
with it.
difference between this and the Baco Laplander is the Baco is a double action,
Thank you for hitting that.
and the
Thank you for
Silky
that.
is one direction.
You really do one direction only. Don't pressure to the
yeah,
break
so
it.
you're actually like this is recovery stroke. This is the work stroke.
Yeah.
And it does a good job.
As long as you remember that. But if you try to put pressure on
Yeah.
it forward, you'll break the
It will
blades.
snap the hell out of a blade.
Now, you can still replace the blades
yeah,
on those.
I bought
though.
2 replacement blades.
They're not hard to replace.
Matt and
so.
I got in a hurry one time and broke one like that.
John says, damn you guys, I have a shopping list written down. Sorry, man, we're trying to help you.
Put it on the list.
This is shit.
This is something you probably
Don't forget
You
to tell
listen
your
to
friends
that.
about it,
You
John
could,
Krantz.
but goddamn, they're so nice. Literally, I have the exact same one. It's the perfect size.
You got to prioritize what you're gonna put.
So
on
here's the thing:
this.
the bigger one is a little heavier.
Yeah. They make them
And-
3 foot long.
And it's not worth the weight. I think that one will do anything that you need to do in the
Yep.
woods.
Oh, dude, I've impressed people with this.
Any bigger than that is
They're up there.
almost a waste of extra effort,
Jack
right?
the chainsaw and I'm
Almost
I'm
done.
done.
Almost done.
What else you got in that sack of?
So I'm gonna go from the rescue stuff, and I'm gonna go straight to back to the I think we should come back on the water purifier thing. That's what I have. Sawyer. I don't know what you have. You got something.
Exactly the same shit.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
It's literally the same
I'm
shit.
trying to like this thing. I came from 20 years ago. We had pure water. It was a pump filter, but it was
Like a
made
Catadine?
Catadine bought them.
Okay.
So Pure was the original company. They had actually a purifying microfilter which had iodine impregnated into the filter, so it microfiltered and it had iodine in it.
Yep.
So Catadine brought them out.
Catadine.
Okay. Well,
I think
some
that's
people say
the-
Catadine.
Is it Catadine?
Because it's a place in Maine where the
Okay,
it
maybe.
is.
I thought it was Catadine.
But-
I may be wrong.
Sure, it's not Katahdin.
It might be.
I don't know.
Depends
I
if
gotta
you're
see
from
it
Maine,
spelled.
it's probably Catadine.
I'm
I gotta
from
see it
the
spelled.
south. I
It's
call
one
it
of them.
Catadine.
It's Appalachian
North
or
Carolina
Appalachia.
Kakalaki?
Anyway.
Anyway.
So what's your problem with this?
The plus side? This whole damn kit
Is light
costs $40
and light.
and light, and it costs as much as the replacement filter for the other one that didn't work as
Absolutely.
good after they got bought out.
Yep.
Because it's just a microfilter. What I do not like about it, I actually have done. If it comes with 2 bottles like this, and they want you to fill this up in a creek. Unless you got a tap or a spring jutting out of the damn rock, you can't get more than halfway filled with this damn bottle in the real world. So there was a hack on YouTube where they're cutting the back open. You see that, and you can get all the water in it. And so now it
Yeah.
becomes a gravity system.
Yes.
And if you've got 15 minutes, you can have this filled up. Is that a liter? If you don't have 15 minutes, you're shit out of luck. You can't roll this up and keep the water in it and squeeze it through that filter.
Now,
You want a professional hack?
I was gonna say,
Professional.
I have a hack
Uh-oh.
too.
So life water
The
bottles
teacher has become
Yeah, yeah.
a teacher.
will screw right onto it.
Yep.
And they're squeezable. You can pressurize the bottle as you push
So
it.
that
through.
life water bottle is what this fitting's for,
Yes.
and we actually carry those because they're hell of a lot lighter than Nalgene bottles.
Fuck yes, by a lot.
And if you mark the gradations on it, a quart, 8 ounce, whatever, you can cook with it. You can.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm trying to like this thing.
Just not quite.
Do you
there.
use a Camelback?
If the temperatures, if it's below freezing, no.
So I'm not a fan of Camelbacks myself, or Camelbacks. I'm sorry. I think they have a weird, funky taste to them,
Some of them.
and they freeze. Is the other problem if you take your bag off? And then the other issue is if you get any damage in it, you're kind of fucked. Like any part of it starts to leak. Your
Yeah.
bag's now soaking wet.
So
Your
Well,
shit's soaking
the
wet.
biggest I've used it for 20 plus years back or mountain biking,
Yeah.
and I've actually OTB'd over the bars
Yeah.
and landed on that Camelback and never busted one.
My problem's not busting. It's usually the valves and shit start
The
leaking.
leaks, some of
Or
them, the
something
bite
like that.
valves that are sucky. There's different ones that work a little better. Osprey makes one that works better. It doesn't leak.
So my go-to has always been the giant life water bottles.
Yeah, the long ones,
Yeah, the big ones. They're like a liter.
and they
a
weigh
full
like
liter.
a half ounce empty.
They're so
nothing.
light,
Yeah.
they weigh nothing.
Yeah.
And you can screw that thing right on it and literally drink from the bottle. No problem, just suck it right in.
But you gotta suck it.
You either gotta squirt it or suck
Yeah.
it, whichever way
And
you
if
want to do it.
so it comes with. What he's not telling you too is it comes with a syringe. It's supposed to backwash this.
You can do that with a life water bottle.
But you don't see. There's no syringe in there.
Yeah. 'Cause
That's
you don't-
trash.
Yeah, you don't need that shit.
No. You can do it with the bottles it comes with.
Yeah, or the life
Or
water.
life water
You just
bottle.
spin it on the other side and
Yeah.
backflow it.
Anytime
Yeah.
you guys go to the convenience store, get a life water bottle. Save them. They're great. Nalgene's heavy. That's 1990 shit. But this thing, like I said, it's $40. It lasts forever.
Yeah.
You can wear it
forever.
out.
Yeah,
And
it's more than you're gonna do in your
The pure is $40
Case.
for just a damn filter.
you
And
fucker. I hate you. Only you gay it up every time. I said squeeze it, you said suck it.
Now, you said something about sucking it, man.
Fucking
backup
ass.
filter. I've actually used this on a person I had to go after. The guy I found, he didn't have any water, so
The whole life straw.
we're at the creek. So here,
So
dude.
tell them the problem with the life straw.
It clogs up pretty fast.
And you gotta lay on your fucking belly to get it to work.
You got to bend over it or be in damn waist deep water.
I
So-
mean, you better be very flexible.
if you're fly fishing, it's great because
you better be very flexible.
You got
or-
your waders on.
and you're stuck there. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah,
Like life straws kind of now. I think life straw has adapted their shit and they've started making more of a Sawyer-esque type.
Yeah, Jane has one of these that actually fits down in the water bottle.
And that would be
A
better,
life
probably.
straw
Because then you
bottle, I
could
think.
scoop it like
Yeah,
a
just
grill.
put it in there, scoop
Have
it
you
over
seen the
some-
grills? The grills are pretty cool
No, I don't
too.
think so.
So a grill, like you fill the bottle up and you push this piece down through it,
Oh yeah, it's fast.
and it filters and it's screw top on and drink. Those are pretty cool too.
So the
But very expensive compared to a Sawyer.
And-
A Sawyer, in my book, if you're on a budget, is still
oh man,
the best.
yeah,
It's the best
it's
bet.
the bomb. Yeah, I mean,
Now
so,
let's hold on. Let's talk about realistic. Realistically, you're not going to get Berkey clean out of a life straw or out of a Sawyer.
you'll get.
It's going to be a little bit tinted. It's going to be clean enough to drink, but it ain't going to be perfect
So the best way to do it is get the cleanest water you can. If you can
from the get
filter
go,
it.
right?
Oh.
Or even dig it out a little bit so
Yeah.
you can get the
I've
clear
used
water off the top.
gauze out of the medikit to get mosquitoes and flying shit out of the water just so I could. So what I was saying a while ago is I didn't want to wait 15 minutes for this thing to gravity feed through since I couldn't squeeze it anymore. So I just used my I actually boiled the water.
And boiling water works great if you
And
got
because,
time.
because the water came off of the side of the mountain, it's spring fed.
It is already pretty clean.
Pretty damn clean.
I
You
mean,
have to take the
listen,
chest-
I grew up in the time when we drank that shit from.
yeah.
Yeah, just leave your
That's
head
good.
But
back.
that one damn time that you get to run in trots,
You'll
dude,
not
you
do
know,
it
you
again.
won't do it
Yeah.
again.
But I grew up in a time where we were up in the down Spruce Pine Mountains and stuff, and
Yeah.
like you just drank that shit right out of the spring, like it was good enough.
And that's why I carry the iodine in my ankle pack too. And it has ankle pack I left in the truck, usually in there or in here on me. But it does more than one thing. So now the rest of the medical. And this is just from a past experience. I broke my leg on the AT one time.
Not
And-
fun.
Mm-mm. And had to get my own ass out. I had friends with me that took some shit off my pack. But we talk about the quick clots and the damn Israeli bandages and shit that we've all carry anyway. But we
Got
don't
a splint.
we don't talk about these. I've used these more on the rescue squad in the last 2.5, 3 years. And then if I'd have had one when I broke my leg, it'd have been a lifesaver. If I'd have been by myself, it'd have helped. But this and the ace bandages,
Sam Splint.
Yeah.
I think you guys need to have that in the go pack, honestly.
I actually have that in mind and have used it at the furniture place. A sofa fell over and on a guy and messed up his ankle.
Workers' comp.
And I went and got it out of my truck.
Drink it on the job.
My neck.
Put it on and
My
wrapped
back.
it up.
My neck and
If
my
we're
back.
drinking on the job, that'd help a lot.
It even has directions on how to use the damn
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, those are pretty nice. That being said, could you, devil's advocate, fabricate something similar to that with sticks and some
Sure,
shit we got on
with
us?
my saw, I could make something.
Using a saw, using
This
because
is-
almost all of us carry something like a tourniquet. Like
Yeah.
I carry a rats on me. A rats would do the same purpose
Yep.
as a
Yeah.
wrap.
Yeah. Exactly. It'd
Um,
probably use.
and
It'd probably do
sticks.
2 of these or
Yep,
more.
exactly. So that's one reason I
That's
love
what's in
the
my
wraps.
backpack,
It's
too.
so damn universal. I actually bought 4 more today. If y'all are not aware, if you're a Tactical Response alumni, there was a post about them being on sale on eBay for under $9.60 per. It's a big fucking discount. You should look into that. I bought
It's
4
about half
today.
off, yeah.
Yeah, that's about half price of what they normally are if you're a Tactical Response alumni. If you're not, I will just say look at eBay under rats tourniquets. You might find a good deal, is all I'm saying.
So this whole bag this is a new bag I've had.
Darren, what do you want the name of what thing? What are you talking about?
Give us the name of that thing. I think he's talking about the Sam Splint.
It's a Sam
It's
splint.
called a sand splint if you're talking about the splinty thing.
Go to REI.
If you're talking about
Max-
something
Max
else,
said
clarify.
his daughter showed him how to make a junctional tourniquet with the Sam
You made
Splint.
all that shit?
Yep, nice.
Is it gone, man?
It's gone. We need
Max,
to-
I bought
There
4
goes your
today.
retirement, your pension. You just ate it all.
Pro medical tip, if you're in the woods, I know I'm talking to
Look
people.
at that shit, man. He knocked a dent in that shit.
It's yummy, dude.
That's some good
Well,
stuff.
he's got the furthest to drive, so I don't, he's got to soak some of that shit up.
So Matt and
He ain't driving in this shit. He's gonna stay not.
cool.
Yeah.
Word.
So if you guys need painkillers out in the woods or anytime,
Painkillers?
if you have a dose of Tylenol, which is two. I'm asking you a question.
Yeah. I'm not a medical doctor, man.
All right,
but
so-
pretty good.
Depends
Most
on the milligrams.
Tylenol's 200 milligrams.
200 milligrams
Or
of
5
Tylenol.
if it's extra strength.
Yeah.
200 milligrams of Tylenol. 800 milligrams of ibuprofen. If you take it at the same time,
It works like that.
morphine.
Yeah. It works well.
Spoken like a man whose wife's a nurse practitioner.
She's
It's almost as good as a narcotic.
it's
it
a lot-
really is.
A lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper. I have both of those in my pack, and I'll tell you a little tip.
Benadryl too.
I carry mine. If y'all will go to like the little convenience stores and shit,
Uh-huh.
you can buy the little
In the tubes,
the
like
little
a-
tools.
Oh yeah.
That
like
are
a
like
chapstick.
Tylenol. Or, yeah, it
at
looks
a
like a
time,
chapstick.
Pez
tube.
dispenser.
I have the same shit in my medical kit, in my ankle first aid kit. And I have all the exact same things. Now, it's not a lot because you're limited in space, but in a big kit, you should definitely have all that shit, no doubt.
Well, like I said, most of this stuff is here. I've had that. It's pretty full pack, but I have to be self-sufficient. It's everything in the And this, like I said, this is a dynamic pack. It's my go pack, and it's also my rescue pack. So some of this shit might come out, and some other shit might come in. If I have to have a fall and we have to go over a cliff, I'll probably put the add on and not wear it. But I'll have to, I might have to wear 120 feet of climbing rope.
Hey, Austin, man, we appreciate you watching, but listen, you can go back and watch it tomorrow, man. Nobody says you have to stay up tonight.
You got to work on it.
Not everybody gets up at 10 a.m. is what he says. I don't get up at 10.
He's
fucking-
talking about me.
You get to 5:30.
Hey, don't hate me,
I'm
bro.
like,
No,
nah.
I don't know, man. I see Scott Edwards liking some of my Instagram posts at like 8:30 in the
I
morning.
still I'm still drinking. I'm not.
Hadn't quit yet.
Darren knows. So yeah, I got 2 days worth of food. I ate all my Licky Chewies up.
Licky Chewies, explain that.
Skittles.
Skittles are good.
Shit.
These will be awesome for a Licky Chewy.
I like
Hey,
Cliff.
where are the freeze-dried Skittles, man?
I like Cliff. they're-
Where are
You
the
guys
freeze
eat them
fries?
already?
Yeah, you told me to take them home for Jane.
Okay, yeah, take some home to Jane. Yeah.
So I like Cliff bars, but there's only so many fucking Cliff bars you can
So
eat.
how
in
yummy
six-
is that shit gonna be when shit hits the fan, man?
Fucking
It's really
phenomenal.
good, huh?
This
It's
is
good
awesome.
right now. Like I'm eating it like a snack.
So
That's
how
why I
about-
haven't been able to put any back yet.
So how calorie
Fat kids making more than they can.
calorie dense is that? That'd be
Very.
like the
It
main
retains
thing.
all the nutrient value without the water.
So you got actually more. It's more dense.
Yeah, it's actually more calorie dense. You don't lose
Yeah.
any of the nutrient value as far as I know.
Versus like dehydrating where you're gonna
You
lose
lose
some of
one.
it because you denature proteins and vitamins and
This
minerals.
is fucking. If I was in the middle of the fucking war, dude, I'd be like
Yeah,
happy as hell
yeah.
to be there.
So this.
So we do have a new segment coming out on the channel. It's gonna be freeze-dried Fridays. I've got 3 or 4 videos loaded up already.
The meats are coming next, right?
Yeah, at some point in time. I've got about a month worth of
Fruit.
videos already, fruit and candy, and just me talking I filmed one the other night. That's the one where I developed Tourette's the other night on Instagram.
The Reds.
Tourette's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Here, I'm gonna eat all this shit. You better take it.
More
good
rescues.
stuff,
More rescues. More rescues. My wife is
Oh,
calling.
Jane
Oh,
said,
she knows I'm
You
here.
in trouble now.
boss is calling.
The boss is calling. He's in trouble now.
Uh-oh, you
More
didn't
rescue
hang up.
stuff. Here's my ferro rod, and you need to use this in real life situations.
And you need to have some kind of way to secure it to your fucking body.
So
So
this
you don't
is,
lay it down and leave that shit somewhere else.
yeah. This starter thing is best. I mean, it's better than nothing, but your knife works better.
Yeah.
The backside of your knife works better.
And if I had a tip for you, take that fucking black cord off and put something real fucking bright.
Aren't like
Cause you can lose that shit.
that green stuff. That
You'll be
Jared
making a fire and there's a spark and you'll lay that shit
and I think
down.
that happened to it alone one time. They
It
lost
did.
the rod.
It happened several times along where they lose their shit and then they're shut all up.
So I always have a headlight. And
Darren, that pack is called a Mystery Ranch.
it's a 2-day assault pack.
Don't look or you'll be very upset that you did.
Darren's got money.
Oh, Darren, you got money. Go ahead then.
So
Yeah,
they make a
it's
3-day
kinda
assault
cool,
pack also, and they make this 2-day assault pack. And the reason I thought I would use this, it's all covered with Molly.
If
So
you're
I
a
had to
normal
strap something on the
guy,
outside,
if you're a normal guy, this is the one you want. 2-day pack is fine.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be way the fuck away from home, you might want to. Oh, I got.
oh, you got Skittles on.
I got fucking.
This
How did I got strawberry dust on me.
Yeah, strawberry dust.
This is more medical here that it usually comes off this pack if I'm somewhere else, if I'm backpacking. Along with that medical, it comes out of this pack and goes on my backpack.
So Max says, best in my honest opinion is the orange fire cord that has the fire starting material. I agree.
Or
Yep.
the wire in it, and the fishing line. You can find it.
I have some if you need some.
So if I'm on a call, and a lot of times it's in the middle of the night, this is on pretty much constantly. And I use my backup if I'm trying to spot something on the trail or off the trail. I always have two, and I always have 3 or 4 batteries.
What's the battery life on that one?
This? I've actually carried this for about 6 hours.
No shit.
And it doesn't do like the Surefire. Surefire just dies dead, nothing else. This one will just get dimmer and dimmer. Now, I've got the other kind,
The pencil?
the Petzl. I've got a Petzl that's 20 years old. It's still running strong. It's in my truck as a backup. Jane has a new Petzl with the battery pack. It'll use the battery pack or the batteries.
Evan says he will trade nerd help for freeze dry food.
What's he calling nerd?
He's calling us up nerd. Evan said he'll trade his nerd help for freeze dry food.
He's my website man.
I believe that'd be a good trade, Evan.
Also does anything fucking like solar. He's a jack of all trades, man. Evan is the man when it comes to technology.
So we've been at this, but I ain't trying to cut it short, but we're here hour and 10 minutes or so.
Oh,
Holy shit.
Is anybody left?
No, we're still up about
We're
12.
still hanging, man.
So the black diamond is okay. They tell you it's waterproof. I'll tell you, well, it's not waterproof.
Black Diamond brand.
Not waterproof.
Not waterproof.
Not waterproof.
And my other one's not waterproof either. There's no seal around it. So this one will corrode when the batteries. I learned this the hard way. I've used it hard, 6-hour search or longer. That's when the batteries died, and then it had to scrape the corrosion off.
What's
of it.
your opinion on rechargeable batteries?
They don't last as long, but I'd rather have them extra sets. You know, because the damn batteries are expensive.
They are.
I mean,
So-
especially if you're on a 8-hour call. In the middle of
8-hour
the night.
call, yeah. So since we're already at like an hour and 10 minutes, anybody on watching, what questions do you have? We'll give you a couple minutes to post those in, you know.
Well,
He's
I'm
just-
gonna make room
so
for
that we don't
the
end up
latest
in-
greatest. Too.
He's going to keep going through his bag though while we're doing it.
Well, I think we're done. I think I hit the bottom. I hit the TP.
Oh, toilet paper. You don't have anything else in that? That's a big ass
Oh, you
fucking
gotta
bag.
tell them the toilet paper story. We're gonna
we
end
gotta
up-
save that. Yeah. Go ahead and ask the questions first if you got it.
Go ahead.
I might be able to
topic.
answer. I'm not like a know all be all. I've
Go
just
ahead.
been doing
No,
that shit.
just launch the TP story. Go show them your compressed toilet paper up on the camera.
So this is toilet paper,
Darren
dudes.
will appreciate this story. This is actually a. You see it?
Yeah. Yep,
Compressed,
perfect.
compressed towelette.
Looks like a cert.
And you can get 200 of these for like $20. So you make any water?
Any water?
You got beer? That
It's
count?
complicated.
Shit.
All right, go to the bathroom. Again.
Let's go in the bathroom.
All right, hang on. Hey, stand by.
Here, look, you want to take this bottle?
Yeah, toss me the ball. I'll give you- That'll get my.
So
How you're supposed to do it?
I guess we're showing and telling on the.
Max said, thanks to Patrick and you fuckers, now I have 3 lights on me. The third being my pets on my AFAC. Dude, it's important. I think the ankle kit headlamp is almost more important to me now than my primary. Because I use it so damn much, man. Anytime I'm doing anything. It's just super convenient.
Max wants to know what you're carrying as far as radios go. You've got that.
I know he's got a Motorola.
I got a Motorola.
That was issued though.
It's a Burke County issue Viper. And
Viper. Motorola Viper.
So Viper has.
GTS 5000.
So in case you don't know, Viper is a special system that they.
It's encrypted probably.
Yeah, it's encrypted so that law enforcement and those guys can use it, and you necessarily can't hear it. However, I have heard that people can bypass it, but you have to be really
High speed.
high speed. to do
Evan,
it.
that'd be your.
Evan,
Evan would know how to do
Evan
that.
could probably.
All right, well, we got some water and we got some TP. What's going on? man?
Backstory on this is like I went on a backpacking trip last weekend with my
With the
Thursday,
wife.
with my wife in the rain. I knew it was going to rain, so we're prepared that we have a poncho, and I'm a little older than most of these guys. Me and Jerry are pretty much the same age.
Yeah.
Hence the safety glasses. But so sometimes you got to go. I'm pretty regular, without going into too much detail. But sometimes like once or twice a year, shit hits you, man. You like,
It
oh,
just hits
I
you.
gotta go right
oh,
now.
Right.
well, it just happened last week about 8 o'clock at night in a pouring rain and wind on the side of the fucking mountain. And so I bought these about a month ago. And I thought this would be awesome. I don't have to carry a roll of toilet paper. Because they come all wrapped up like individual shirts, right? You can see it. I mean, it's tiny. It's super light. So I got my poncho on. I'm like, oh, hell. So now you're on this. I've got the only flat spot the tent set up on in 300 acres. So now I got to go find a place to go away from camp. And I like to pick a good spot. So I prefer, if it's cold and there's no chiggers out, to set on a down tree, which there's plenty of them in the gorge, and do your stuff. Well, I'm like, well, hell, I put 5 of these tablets in my pocket, about 2 wipes a piece, right? If it was a normal bowel movement, you could get 2 wipes out of this. I did not have the normal bowel movement. It was more like a mudslide from all the rain. No shit. No, really.
Lots of shit. Lots
So
of shit.
I'm like, wow, damn, that feels good. I feel better now. Cause I'm sitting on this damn log in the rain with my poncho on, and I'm like, oh hell, I gotta have some water to activate this. Well, it's fucking raining. All right. So I rub this summit on my poncho for 5 minutes. I'm getting this summit and it won't come apart, right? I start spitting on it. You cannot spit on this son of a bitch enough to get it to open up. And you guys will be amazed when this opens up. I ended up putting it in my mouth and biting it apart and getting it. So if you,
That's desperation.
if you
my
buy
friends.
the
desperate.
tablet, TP, make sure, and you got to go, grab a bottle of water. All you need is a little bit. So you just put a couple of drops.
Oh, look at it grow. Look at it go. Get close to the camera, bro. And I feel it's like a tampon.
It probably is the same material. So it's actually, it's kind of tough. And it's a wet wipe. So if you have a normal time in the woods, you can get 2 out of this. 4 should be plenty. Make sure you take water with you, because like I said, you can't spit on it enough to get it to work.
Evan says it's a grower, not a shower.
Amen, brother.
No, that's all I got.
That's it.
That was needless to say, that could make a rough poop, man. If you're sitting there trying to spit on it, trying to get your ass wiped, that's a little bit rough. In the end, it's better than a sock.
Rookie mistake.
Well, and we've spent enough time out in the woods that you know there's 2 things, especially when you look at like primitive camping and having to stay out in the woods. Number 1, if you can get a shower and you can get a good shit,
Yeah.
those are the 2 things
They go a long ways.
that will let you stay out there.
Yeah,
That's
go a
the
long
difference
ways.
between
And just go ahead and get it over with.
overnight miserable trip
Yeah.
and being able to stay a
Bloated,
week or 10 days.
gassy. They used to call me Iron Cole in Edwards because I'd never shit in the woods.
Yeah.
As I got older, I didn't have a choice. You just,
Yeah.
you're gonna do it. But and after I've learned that, like, you might as well just do it. 'Cause
Well, a lot of people don't realize too,
Figure
though,
out how to do it.
that
How to do
when
it.
you're in the woods, you're probably not eating the same way that you
yeah,
normally do.
yeah.
You know, normally
So
you
nothing's
have
not
your
normal.
very normal diet, right? When you're in the
Anytime you
woods,
change
you're
that-
probably eating shit that you've never,
Yeah.
you don't eat on the norm. And
Anytime
it
you
will
change
mess
your
you
diet,
up.
it screws
It
you
messes
over.
you up.
Now, these could be like
These
you
are
wipe your butt with
freaking
them. You
awesome. I have 2 or
water.
3 of them that you give me to put in my shit.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, like, nothing beats wet wipes in the woods. I still like the individual packets. The packets
the scented ones.
Oh, they're
fresh.
great. You feel like a fucking rock star out there. It's like, man, my ass smells like
If you got a go bag,
fragrance in here.
you got one pack of wet wipes, and you got 20 or 30 of these back up, you're good.
Dude,
For at least a week.
John Cran says, dude wipes are part of my EDC. 2 individual packs in my 5th jeans pocket. That's awesome, dude. That's
right.
awesome.
That's right. You guys want to pick a date for next live stream? We said the first Thursday every month, but Ron and I are going to be gone. Just looking at the dates. Ron and I are going to be gone teaching a medical class in St. Louis next first.
The hell, wow, vacation.
So do you guys want to do March 31st, or you want to push till April 7th?
Let's go April 7th.
Yeah,
All right, guys.
I think
That'll give
April
us
7th.
time. And
That'll be right before
Scott,
the
you're welcome.
Patriot check-in.
Yeah, well, you're welcome
Yeah,
to come.
let's talk
Anything
about that
you
for a
think
minute.
of, whatever that you want to add into the live stream, or if you got something that you're like, man, I wish I'd have went over that, you're welcome to bring it back.
All right.
April 7th is going to be our next one, guys.
I will just say that there was nothing that Scott said that I would not 100% fully support. Everything was right on par of what it should be. Matter of fact, like I said, I'm carrying like 90% of the same shit that you're carrying in my bug out bag. That being said, he does do a little different job than most of you do, and everybody's bag needs to be different. This was kind of a continuation of our bag series, right? Your search and rescue has a very specific mission in mind that you're going to be doing. If you're a normal Joe Blow trying to get home, maybe that mission's a little different, right? We're not stopping, we're not going, we're not saving other people's lives. So, kind of as our main objective in the bag, it's just our life, our objectives, getting home. So it's not saying that you have to all this stuff, but man, if you can cover those, 10 C's?
10 C's.
It's pretty fucking good start on about any bag.
Yeah, and you could change it. And like I said, this is a dynamic bag. Shit comes in and goes out.
All the time. And every bug out bag should that way, depending on the seasons, depending on your jobs, depending on... If I was to change my job and not do the same thing I do, my bag would automatically be a third the size of it is now. Automatically, because I don't need that much.
The thing about that is...
Ooh, he's in trouble with the boss.
Is I used to carry every damn thing when I was younger, but as I got older,
Weight is important.
you're
You
taking
should tell her
risk.
to get on the live stream, she would know where you are.
Injury. Hang on. The risk of injury. You're going slower. Hey,
You better answer that problem. She's gonna
I'm
have a
on live
whip.
stream
She's
still.
gonna have a whip when you get home.
All right, guys.
Whoop that ass.
Matt.
What date we say?
April 7th.
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right, 7th of April. We'll see you guys then for our next live stream. We'll have lots
We're
to talk
signing
about.
off
We'll
now.
have done the no, not April 7th. What did we say?
What's belt?
Back-to-back calls. You better answer that
You better have
shit.
that shit. She's gonna have a belt when she gets there and whoop that ass.
April 14th. Ron and I are going to be gone the 7th. It's April
You know,
14th.
Jesus.
Which is badass. You're going to where?
St. Louis.
Be doing a
Yeah,
class
we're
in
teaching
St.
a big
Louis.
medical class for a disaster relief team for the Lutheran Church.
Which is badass.
Well, do we
Yeah.
want to do the first? The first is the first Thursday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Am I looking at the wrong month?
April.
April the 7th.
Oh, that's a Friday.
Yeah, the first is a Friday.
You're gone the 7th.
Yeah,
it's
so
the
let's skip to
14th.
the 14th.
Okay.
Yeah. So next live stream, dudes, will be April 14th.
Sorry about that, guys.
We'll talk about, that'll be getting close to the Force on Force class as well, right?
Yeah.
Force on Force will be close to that time. We'll also be talking about the end of the Patriot Readiness Challenge.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys will be checking in for that. If you guys are part of the group, get your asses in order. We'll be doing a check-in close to April. We'll be seeing where everybody's at, recording data, doing a kind of a grand scheme of how much people improved.
Yep.
And until next time, guys, we appreciate you watching. Scott, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate
That
you
was
very much. Until next time, carry smart, carry safe, and be prepared.
Yeah, baby.
Let me shut this shit off.
I ain't touching that camera. I screwed it up.
Woo!
every time.
Don't want to trip over the shit.
I screw it up every time.
Every time.
You're like the tech guru.